On today's episode, I will be showing you how to write programs for your Xbox. If you have an Xbox at home, believe it or not, one of the great things about the platform, as opposed to what you may or may not be able to do on PlayStation, to my knowledge at least, is that on the Xbox, you can actually write indie games for it. And really all the tools for doing that are completely free. There's a huge ecosystem of applications that you can actually create on the platform. So beyond even just writing a game or something of that nature, you can actually use the Xbox platform to build apps, have the whole thing running on the Xbox, and even deploy it to the Windows Store and have people be able to download it, all using the same programming paradigms that you use to build standard Windows applications or standard Windows games. So, from an ecosystem perspective, the Xbox is extremely rich and extremely accessible. And today we will be showing how you can get started with doing that yourself. So what we have here is we have an Xbox setup, and it's just a standard Xbox that you can play games on, do whatever you would do. It's a retail version. It's got my apps, my games running on it. There's nothing particularly special about this. This is the Xbox One, the brand new one that came out, that doesn't have an optical drive on it. Has, pretty good memories. The little upgrade that they gave. That's what I have here. But really, you can do this with any Xbox One. So there's two ways that you can actually do this in terms of controlling your Xbox for the purpose of development. You can just have your regular Xbox that you use in your living room or wherever. You can just use that. You don't need any cables. You don't need anything like that. So as stated, this is actually my live personal Xbox connected in my living room to my TV. There's no need for any kind of special equipment or anything like that. If you have an Xbox One and it's upgraded to the latest version of this UI for the Xbox One, that means it's got all the necessary updates for you to be able to do the kind of development that we're going to be doing. And that's really all you need. You don't have to go and buy some special version of it. Now you can just wirelessly connect to your Xbox and do the work that we need to do, and just work from that perspective. Or you can actually do it from your computer using a program called the Xbox Companion. The Xbox Companion will allow you to stream your Xbox screen onto your computer, and then you can basically operate your Xbox from your computer. This is something that you might do if, let's say, you're in your office and you're gonna be doing programming for your Xbox, but you're using your Xbox that's quote unquote downstairs in your living room area. So you're not actually seeing your Xbox live as you're working with it. So in that scenario, you could use the Xbox Companion, which I will show, to basically stream your Xbox onto your computer screen and then control your Xbox from your computer while you're doing development for it. So you have two options, right? I personally like to code in my living room and I like to kind of see it on the big screen and see what's going on. So that's why I choose this option. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need to do Xbox programming is that you actually need to download an app from the App Store. It's called Development Mode. And there it is, development mode activation. And then you just click on that and then you download the app, right? And once you download the app, I pre-downloaded already. So let's just open it up so you can see how it looks. Now, recently, after the last update, I've been getting this, and I've noticed that a lot of people get this. Now, you don't necessarily have to worry about that, but what you can do is you can quickly, and this is something that you probably need an Xbox for. I haven't tried it through the Companion, but you go to Settings, right, and then you go to System, which I'm already in, and from System you go to Console Info. And then over here, you're going to hit left bumper, right trigger, right trigger. And I'm gonna show what it looks like when you do that. So I just hit that, and if you've done it right, here's what appears. You will get an additional menu item here. Normally it says the name of the Xbox, option to reset console, and just allow optional data collection. When you do that, it will actually add this menu item, which you can then click, and that takes you in here. And as you can see, we are up and running. We got the IP address, you got everything. And then you can actually just hit on developer mode. And then that is gonna switch you over. It's actually gonna restart the console. So let's go here, say continue. And that's actually gonna restart the console, and it's gonna restart it so that it's sitting in developer mode. Even though it looks and feels like a normal home screen, as you can see, all my regular apps are gone. So here's the basic sandbox experience. And then of course, if I go to Dev Home, what it's gonna show you, this is an app that basically gives you all the information that you need for you to be able to connect to the console, right? So here's where I can see what account is being used. I can create additional accounts. I can leave the dev mode if I so desire. I can show the pin. This is the pin that we're gonna need to connect to it from Visual Studio, which we'll do in a second. Basically, you click on this, it shows you something. You got to put that in on Visual Studio, and it's only through that that you can actually connect to the Xbox and deploy to this Xbox. So what I quickly did, just as a quick aside, is go in and basically connect this to my Wi-Fi, because I actually wasn't previously connected. So I could just show you one or two more things. Right up there, you see that IP address. You need that IP address for you to be able to connect to it from your development device. Because again, everything we're going to be doing is going to be all wireless. So having said that, let's go ahead and get going. And that's it for now. So far, you've learned how to enable development mode on your Xbox so that you can connect to and deploy your own custom code onto your Xbox gaming system. In the next video, we'll show you how to use Visual Studio to connect to your dev-enabled Xbox platform. We'll be writing code and deploying it to your Xbox and seeing that code run live on your Xbox and even debugging it on your Xbox machine. If you like the kind of content we're bringing you, please like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, have a blessed day.